streets and battle easing. You throw me a reason, and I give you the treason. Will you stop me? Assimilating, a son of pretend. I know you're frustrated, I can feel it, but why won't you believe it? How much you need it? Well, you stop fleeing, and then you'll see, then you got your freedom. Seen it in the weather, baby. Felt it in the heart of man. I give all my world to save you. Heal the pain. Taking it from me, you're all. I know that you can't live high. And don't worry, baby. You're here. I know that you've seen it. I know you can dream it. The next step is believing. You can achieve it. The rainbow's not high enough. When you feel that love, it's incredible. Yeah, yeah. There's a chance to take it. You're amazing. Best days of your series. You stop creating when you stop being you. Find your truth, only spoken through love. Seen it in the weather, baby. Felt it in the heart of man. I give all my world to save you. Heal the pain. Taking it from me, you're all. I know that you can live high. And don't worry, baby. You're here. Seen it in the weather, baby. Felt it in the heart of man. I give all my world to save you. Heal the pain. Taking it from me, you're all. I know that you can live high. And don't worry, baby. You're here. Been the satellite and when I'm fleeing. Been the satellite and when I'm fleeing. I'm fleeing. Oh, been the satellite. Oh, pain. You've been the satellite. I know my fate is coming now. I know I can see it's running out. I fight against it, know somehow. By the light.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me well today. And welcome to our masterclass about how to revolutionize your marketing So today we will show you some nice trends about marketing, how you can collect the data, what are the best practices, and how to deal with cookies, and of course the big topic engagement. So you will also see some nice practical examples how data collection can be gamified and put into some personalization topic. So first of all, let me show you something about the team today on stage. So I'm Arthur Wawczynkiewicz, a quite complicated surname. So I'm a technical consultant, solution architect at Ibexa. We are DXP providers, and I'm mostly working with our partners and customers and help them to collect data, transfer data between different systems, automate processes, and build up complex architectures within international projects. And today, on me on stage, I have my colleague from Ibexa, which is Dennis.
Yeah, good morning from my side as well. I'm Dennis. I'm Customer Experience Manager at Ibexa. And coming from a marketing background, I worked with a big agency 3 years ago, then switched to a product with Ibexa, and now looking into the best experience in our product with the customer together. So the customer cases we prepared today are customers from ours. And yeah, we show you how they collect data and how they did the engagement part to kind of just get the data you need and to combine in the end and combine the data and get the segment you want to present specific content to them. And yeah, that's a little bit about me, but next to me is from our sister company, Christian. So
Next slide. Hey, nice to meet you all. My name is Christian, Chris. Just one personal note, I'm 34 years old, 2 beautiful dogs. I'm German, but living in Netherlands my whole life. And I'm responsible for the business development in DACH for Qualivio. That means we are a Belgian-based company. We are market leader in France, Netherlands, and now we're trying to expand in the German-speaking countries. And I'm doing that now for 2 years. It's amazing, and I'm super happy to be here today to explain a little bit more how our clients are using gamification to increase engagement and gather first and zero-party data.
Thanks. And yeah, for today we have prepared some agenda to guide you through this slot. So first of all, we will show you a little bit about our companies, how we work, where we work, and what are the topics. And then you will get a big topic about engagement, how engage customers, what are the best practices, and how to deal with this. And also the second topic is then how you can maximize your engagement and how you can collect the data, what are the best practices, what are the best strategies. We'll show some examples from daily business, how we handle this with the tools we have, and how you can master this kind of campaigns, what are the best ways to do this. And at the end, you will also get a nice checklist for your daily business, what you should have some key takeaways to handle and master your data. And this stream will also be on YouTube, so you can check it later on. It's available after this session. So first of all, we are from 2 companies currently. One's from Ibexa, which is the DXP provider, and for our sister company with Qualivio for data collection. Yes, we love the OMR, and we are also on Demexco and all the other events, which are quite nice. And we had also last year some nice masterclass regarding personalization and CDP. So we are really happy to be here and show you some interesting topics. So from the product side, we will show you today some parts. Basically, we are a marketing platform with all the different functionalities like personalization, data collection. We have some interactive order management, customer portals, and so on. But today we will really focus on the marketing topics and show you how the single and different use cases can be combined together to build up a strategy with data engagement. And some of our customers, we are very widespread on the customers. We have sports clubs, we have some companies which are international focused with mostly B2B, but also B2C with customer portals, and building up complex marketing campaigns, international marketing campaigns with a lot of gamification, a lot of personalization, and also with CDP integration to really focus on the products and distribute the products through different channels on different campaigns. And we will also see some references and some cases from real life today. Okay, so let's move then to our colleague from Qualifio.
Just a quick note about Qualifio. Qualifio is a data collection platform to easily collect first and zero-party data via gamification or interactive marketing. And our key goal is really establish long-term partnerships with mainly B2C brands to ensure that they can collect GDPR-compliant leads and enrich existing leads, of course, but they are enriching existing profiles in the database. And also, we, of course, have really cool features. And just a quick note, our clients get access to a platform where they can easily create with zero coding 50+ interactive formats. Can be an easy quiz, can be a penalty game, can be a memory game. We do a lot of skin routine finders or like personality tests. They can publish that on their online channels. And in a really fun way, they can collect data via, from the audiences. And on the right side, you see that many of our clients ask us, okay, what can we do with this kind of data? How can we ensure that our clients stay loyal to us? So we also developed a set of features to create interactive-based reward programs. So we don't really believe in transactional-based reward programs, but really rewarding all kinds of interactions, what you have with your audiences, and to ensure that you really build a strong community towards your brand. And as you can see, we work with a lot of different type of clients. So we have a huge footprint in media. We work with a lot of B2C brands like L'Oreal, Nestle, but also a lot of sports organizations, mainly B2C focus, of course, because it's really interesting for them to collect a lot of leads. But I will tell you more about some use cases in a later stage. Thanks.
Yeah, and just to complete the whole picture, we are from the Quantum Group. This is a northern company, which is a software-based company and best of breed. So we have a lot of tools and solutions for the whole marketing game out there. Oh, this is really bright. This is complete. We started Actito. You can do your marketing automation. Probably a lot of people of you know seen this, a very performant video platform. We have a CDP with Raptor in place. So all this, and of course Qualifio to combine, and the rest you will see, and you probably have heard about already. So this is the Quantum Group. We are part of this as Ibexa, and we have this complete marketing picture for you to be aware of both in all situations. But I just wanted to. I just saw that you have Paris Saint-Germain as a client, and we have the BVB. Not going into details for tomorrow, for yesterday, I would say. But I'm from Dortmund a little bit, so that's pretty okay. But let's put this a little bit into the marketing. All the engagement topic, put this into a marketing spectrum. So it's all about engagement today. And just giving you some numbers I found out, McKinsey is going that 71% of the customers are expecting personalized experience on websites, applications, or wherever. So it's really important to collect data, to use the data and personalize the content presented to the audience, to your audience with this specific brand. And even more are upset when this doesn't happen. I mean, we all know what happens when you delete your cookies, right? Just some more numbers here. The organization's biggest challenge, what they're facing, right? So personalizing communications. I know if you are really good into personalize your communication with your audience. I hope you are. we will show you how you can do this to get it a little bit better, but this is something what's important for most of the brands out there, to just get the personalized content and present the best experience in the end to the customer out there and to the user. Some more numbers here. 34% of customers are willing to share data, which is, it's okay. 34%, it's not that much. We're getting better, but of course we have some GDPR. I mean, we all are from Germany, so we know the GDPR pretty good, and it's pretty tough, and we will go into this double opt-in thing later, but this is pretty tough. But the people are willing to share data, which is very important. 70% consumers are willing to share data when they get benefits, which is even more important to just put in place, and to remember that if you give the people something out there, then they give the data. It's easy to collect email addresses or even phone numbers if you want. GDPR is always an issue, we know, but they are willing to give the data. And 71% will even buy more from brands when you have personal communications. How good is it when you have a newsletter which is personalized for your needs, for your specific, whatever you want in the end. What do you want to buy? They know already what you want to buy based on, let's say, AI. Maybe it's a buzzword here everywhere is present today, but AI is always something to implement, but you can collect the data. You can just ask the people, what do you really want? And the people are willing to give those information to the audience in itself. Of course, engagement, we all know this marketing funnel, right? We started with the awareness, then we go into engagement, interaction, and we end up in the performance back then. And loyalty, of course, is something to go as there as well. But if you understand engagement in marketing, it's really, really beneficial for brands to have a good I mean, I show you later now why. It's very important to have people engage with your brand. I mean, it's very, I mean, you would say it's normal to know and you're all aware of, but if you really do this good, it's really important to keep the customer over the complete customer journey, in the end, loyal with your brand, so they can rebuy, rewrite, read your articles, whatever you do as your brand. And so it's very important to keep those people engaged with your brand and with, in the end, your products. And because what the best thing that happens is you end up having somebody buy your products and make money. Why is it so crucial? That's a good question to see, and always something to remember. I mean, it's building relationships, of course, first of all. I mean, it's important that you build a relationship. People who are engaging with your brands, you have a good relationship with. It's always good to have this. This means brand awareness, engaging people. We all know those algorithms out there and on social media and everything. If you have somebody engaging with a post, with a like, with a share, whatever, you will raise the awareness and you will raise your brand awareness in the end. And this means, of course, an increased reach, you know. I mean, if we all know this, that you push and like and it will raise. I mean, how many influencers are here that just like share my like, share, and that you get an increased reach. Of course, if you get engaged people, and especially when you have people that engage more often with your brand and other people see this, then it's very important to see and look at this. You know, you get customer feedback, you get insights from those. Like, do they like my brand? Do they really know what we are doing? Do they really like what we are doing? How do we do this? So this is very important to be aware of, and this is something what can give you when you look in those. And of course, the trust and the credibility to complete the picture is always. If you see a post that's shared a lot, that's liked a lot, it's most likely that you trust the brand above that post or above that whatever. If you have a comment on your website or whatever, you know, this is really important to be in mind. That's why engagement is very crucial. We have 4 other topics, which is, of course, engagement is beneficial and very crucial for the marketing game. It's, I mean, conversion opportunities, you know, that in the end, if you have this personalized experience for the end audience, of course, you optimize your conversion, you know, that whatever that means. Is it something where they click on it? If there's something in the end what they buy, that's, of course, something where with a good of engagement, you have a good of opportunities to convert those prospects maybe into customers, and even in the best and the loyal customer. A social proof is something of course, which is crucial. I mean, on the social, you need to get proof that you are out there, that you have something what you believe in. What is it, sustainability or something else? That something where the people engage with and what they see themselves in the brand with you. So engagement is here very, very good. Of course, optimizing. If you see people not acting really good with your brand, it's something where it's very important to see this and optimize your campaigns, optimize something better. If you follow those KPIs, which is an engagement KPI, then of course you need to be aware that you can, in the end, have a better conversion and of course a competitive advantage in the end to the end audience and to the other brands out there, because you will follow and you will see this engagement, maybe even upfront before your brand is going down or something, that this is very important to be aware of. And those are very important. If we're talking about those engagement, and we all know this customer journey, right? We start with the awareness and we end up with some customer loyalty in the end. So this is very to see this experience gap in between. And this is where we look into engagement. Engagement is, of course, a little bit more in the middle, right? Starting, of course, at the awareness, but awareness is more than just yelling out there. We are there, we have this, we have that, But when you get the people to engage with your brand, of course, in the end, you will have this one little piece where you can start off from to build this relationship over the complete customer journey with the end user itself. So the brand is very, very, very unique to the people and very personalized. So this is very, and in this digital transformation for the customers, the brands out there, the 69% of the CEOs, they are improving and think that improving this customer experience is the most important part out there. Probably we all know that if you go to a brand, if they interact with you, this brand is sending you good newsletters, good push notifications. Whatever you are receiving from this brand, we all know we have a good experience, and this very good experience to keep the customer loyal in the end. But it's what all we need. You want to rebuy the people, that they rebuy the products. You want to keep them there, keep them loyal, grow with the customer. And I mean, we all know those marketing I'm sorry. We all know those marketing campaigns out there to keep you in the end loyal. That's the most important and the best picture in the end. What you want with the end user, that they stay with you, that they stick with the brand, and of course in the end rebuy your products. So this is very good if you talk about this experience gap, because a lot of brands and companies out there, they have this gap. They somehow lose the traction of the end user, to whatever reason, but it's more, and we show you later with some use cases, how can you have this, I mean, coming from a lead generation with gamification, for example, but have other brands out there, and we show you later with Aven, which is from Pierre Fabre, where they ask the user, what hair color do you have, or what skin, is it dry skin, wet skin, so just to personalize the experience on the website, on whatever channels you want, that's very, very important to have in mind. Let me drink something first. We have some time, huh? We have some time, I think. I'm sorry. Okay. Looking at some marketing trends, nothing's probably so new. I mean, it's from 2022. Video still out there. It's big. Video is the thing, of course. Always, like people interact with video more than they do with pictures. They love videos, short videos, longer videos. That's not that important anymore, but it's very important to have, moving content, I would say, together with interactive content. We are going into this gamification later, that this interactive content is something really, really important to have in mind. And to see and have those users interact with your content, with your brand in the end. Of course, user-generated content. We all know this. We are reusing content from users. That's something where engagement is very crucial. I mean, in the end, you have, when somebody reposts, which is a big influencer or something, you will have big audience. You have to trust what we all spoke about. You have the personalization and AI. Of course, nothing is in those 2 days without personalization and NI, and we are getting better. So data is key here. Collecting data, we go in this later, and have this together with maybe large language models, getting bigger, broader audience, having better AI, focused personalization and personalized content to the end user, which is very important. And if you listen to me, then you know why, because I explained it before. But going further, voice search. Voice search is something, I don't know about this, to be honest. It's a trend. Of course, it's out there as a trend. But do we really use the voice search? I think it's good when you use it to have this as a personalized content as well. But is it something really, really beneficial? It's just a personal note. I don't 100% understand. No, but because I don't probably use it as much as searching with voice. Maybe you do it. I don't know. But if you have it, have this personalized as well. And there are possibilities to personalize voice and personalize the search with voice. Sustainability and responsibility. We all know that that brands out there, they need to be sustainable. It's important. It's very important to have the brands sustainable and people to engage with sustainable brands. We all want to make this world a better place, and this is very important that the brand understands this, so you have people understand and people to engage with such sustainable content out there. Very, very, very important to have this, because everyone is responsible for the world out there. Augmented reality and virtual reality. Another nice one, because this is really, really cool to have engagement, of course, with augmented. Is it something where you have something you can dress, you know, you have your picture and you can dress the pants, the t-shirt, whatever, on directly with some augmented reality, see how it looks, how it fits you. People engage with those content most likely, you know, they love it, they see it, and they really like those engagement parts. That this is very, very important to have in mind. Or if you see something, where can I put my sofa in my living room? Something really important where the people engage, and you get data from that. You know, in the end, you have a lot of data what they show you when you have this, you know. Inclusivity and diverse. Every brand needs to be diverse. I mean, and every engagement format out there needs to be diverse. So you need to be aware that this is next to sustainable is something very, very important. So diversity is really, really big. And of course, integration of e-commerce. How good is it that you directly have this e-commerce integration into your presentation of your products, into your engagement campaigns, that you directly can buy the products you just engaged with. So we have some trends out there. So this is something where it's getting very, very important. We have the chatbots, who are we all know those chatbots, and if the chatbots out there are there to engage with, you get a lot of data from this. We have forms that you can use, and you see all this data coming in with the chatbot. They give you a lot, those end users, if they engage with chatbots. Of course, it needs to be persistent and depersonalized. Very important to have this personalized. I'm just repeating this, but this is very, 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 very crucial. And of course, the CX-driven business value, customer experience is of course king. Data integrity and sustainable. We all know these buzzwords, and we have this omni-channel experience as well. So through all channels, website, app, social media, all those channels you're facing, it's very important to have this personalized engagement and experience to the end user, which is very, very important in the end. And of course, analytics is a very, very trend. We all know, have your KPIs in place, have your KPIs to be measured, have your KPIs looked at. It's very important to have this. And engagement is a very, very crucial KPI to go with your brands. And you know what happens out there in the end. Because if you yell out there, it's nice, but do you know if they are interacting with you? If you don't follow the KPIs. Going back from engagement and putting this into a little bit into an emotional intelligence, emotion experience, I'm sorry. And you always have human connection. Emotions are very, very human. So we all love those cat videos. We all love those videos where something happening, where you laugh, maybe where you cry. It's very, very important to have and build such ads, websites, where you get a little bit of emotion with this. And of course, with this gamification, we all love to win. It has to be reminder, memorable, tough word, sorry. And of course, this is something you have to be remembered of. You know, when you see the brand, you interact with this brand, you see a good website, it has to be reminded of, and you have to see it. And then you engage and interact with this brand, most likely and very, very good. User is satisfied in the end if they interact with this. So this is very, very big for emotions. So play with those emotions. So you have your users interact with your brand on a better level. And of course, the positive association is something which you have to be in mind. If you have a brand you laugh about and you have something like a good association with, it's most likely that you follow this brand, that you buy this brand. This is something really, really important in those engagement marketing spectrum. And last but not least, of course, you have to differentiate between those brands. So very good engagement campaigns, very good engagement presentations are very, very good to differentiate between brands. If you have something and you follow in those emotions, you are very, you're different to other brands maybe. You know, this is very important to keep in mind, that this differentiation is very, very important to get to know you. And in the end, this is something now, when we come back from this marketing spectrum about engagement, and now we are going into, how do you engage with customers? And Christian from Califio, he is showing a little bit how can you do this. He has some use cases, I think. Don't hope from Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, good. So here you go.
Oh, good. What do you need to maximize engagement? We truly believe that you really get to know your audiences really well, to personalize, of course, your messaging, your newsletters, your everything what you do, of course, towards your clients and towards your audiences. And what we really see with our clients is that they really understand that we as a consumer, we really want to be understood. We don't want to get irrelevant messages. We want to get relevant messages. For me, it's okay to send me a newsletter with a product what I really like, but it should be relevant for me. And that's why I'm also willing to provide data to the brands to ensure that I will get the things what I want to see. And of course, our clients, they want to increase their revenue, or build a really strong community to, of course, build more brand awareness. And that's why I really believe that it's key to understand your audiences in a good way. And this is something what we also see. The main problem, of course, is that people are getting way more aware about privacy, about what kind of data they want to provide. But of course, they are willing to provide it as long as the brand is taking care of the security, of the privacy, of the data what we are providing to them. And just to go a little bit back in time, because one of the buzzwords we hear a lot, of course, is the cookieless feature. Many of our clients are asking us, okay, how can we collect the data when third-party cookies are disappearing? And just to go a little bit back in time, I think most of you know what a cookie is. A cookie is a small piece of code what is added in your browser to track the activity what you do. And as most of you know, third-party cookies is something what will disappear in future. And I think the key here is to find new ways to gather the data what you want. And I think there are also a lot of consequences nowadays. So it's really crucial for companies to ensure data privacy protection. And we collect a lot of data every year for our clients. They do that themselves, but it's really increased, like the standards and the requirements are increasing every day. And it's also, of course, different in each country. I live in the Netherlands. I think in the Netherlands we are quite easy handing out data. We don't care that much, I have the feeling. When I log in at the government, they have everything for me. So I can have, everything is digitalized. I have all digitalized profile, and I don't need to do anything anymore. When I do my taxes, everything is already added. But I know in Germany, for example, our clients, they are way more aware of it, and there are way more regulations also regarding the GDPR. So I think it's really important to have a good data strategy and have a good understanding how to collect data in a really transparent and GDPR compliant way. Because as you can see, many of huge companies get large fines by not really performing well regarding the privacy laws in the different regions. What we see is, I think there are a couple of things happening. Of course, what I just said, the disappearance of like the cookieless feature, what we are facing, a lot of privacy regulations in those different regions. We work with clients worldwide, so we really see the difference also like in the US, for example, or the EU, or in the different regions here in Europe as well. The development of wallet gardens, what makes it more difficult to gather all the data or track the user's behavior in the app. But I think that's one of our key focuses. What we have is that we as a consumer, of course, we really are making it more difficult to share data with the brands. But the weird thing is that we would provide the data if we are benefiting from it. Because this is what we actually see is that 34% of the people are more willing to buy something or to make a purchase if we share relevant data with them. That's also like an example what I already gave in the beginning. I'm kind of a guy when I see something really nice and I get a discount, I'm sometimes buying it and then I'm not so happy about it, but still I do the purchase because I get some relevant content as well. What we also see is, I will share also a case in a later stage, is that 50% of the people agree to share data if they receive relevant messaging, promotions, or anything like this. I will share a cool example of Purina, for example. They're collecting a lot of data about the animals of their clients. Because I have 2 dogs as well, so if I see something from dogs, it's always good. So they know a lot about myself, they know a lot about audiences, and so they're really able to share relevant messaging just by collecting the right data and collecting the data, what they really need from their audiences. And I think 22% of the people are really willing to share information to ensure better online experiences, like my colleagues already explained. So I think it's really important to ensure that you really gather the right data for your audiences to really make it relevant, to really engage with them in an ongoing basis. What we also believe, and that's what my colleague already mentioned a lot of times, personalization is key. And I think that's why I want to focus not too much on engagement myself today, because my colleagues will do that. I will focus really on the data collection part, because for personalization, you need to know me very well. You need to know where I live. You need to know what I like to do. We do a lot of, for example, with L'Oreal, we do a lot of routine finders, diagnostics. They want to know what kind of skin type I am, what kind of hair color I have, how often I buy certain products or something like this. And this is some data they really need to know to really ensure that they can personalize my experience on the website, in the newsletter, via WhatsApp, anything what you want to do, of course. And I think one of the key things what we always hear from our clients is that they really want to engage in an ongoing basis with the audiences. So not doing one big promotion a year, but really have certain touch points throughout the year to really ensure that they build a strong community with their brand. And that's why we believe that data collection engagement is really key to really provide personalization with your audiences. How to do personalization today? So it's actually the thing what I mentioned before. We truly believe that first and zero-party data collection is key nowadays to really get actionable data, compliant data. So I'm giving the consent so they can use my data. be super transparent about what you're going to do with that data, how you collect it, and collect it in a really fun way so that I'm really willing to share the data with you as a brand. And of course, it needs to be consented data because otherwise you cannot use it. You just mentioned double opt-in. In Netherlands, for example, we don't need a double opt-in. In Germany, it's mandatory, so it's really important to have the right tools in place to really ensure that you collect consent and GDPR compliant data, what you can really use for your engagement strategy. What is first and zero party data? I explain it always like this. First party data, like in both ways, I give the consent. So it's consented data. I will provide the data myself to the clients. And first party data for me is like when I do a purchase, I hand out my first name, last name, email address, birthday, or something like this, whatever I like. And zero party data is for me really the data what I also provide, my interests, what do I like, my requirements, my information, what I want to share, so to say. But it's all consented data, what our clients or the brands can really use to personalize messaging and to really increase engagement. And I don't want to talk a lot about the product, so I'm just going to share some really cool use cases, what I believe are really strong brands who are really leveraging from first and zero party data collection. So one of the brands we are working with already for a long time is L'Oréal EMEA. So in many countries, many brands, they are using Qualivio on an ongoing basis to build interactive experiences, publish them on the websites, and collect new profiles. And one key thing, and I mentioned it before, is like, we don't believe in one big action or promotion or anything like this. As you can see, last year alone, Qualivio or L'Oréal created 700 campaigns throughout the year with those several brands, several countries. And it can be a campaign like routine finder, what is always online on the website, where you can say like, okay, I have this skin type, I'm 34 years old, anything like this. And on the website, they directly show relevant products. But on the other side, I directly get a discount code to buy those products, or I get a newsletter with those products again, because they know now what kind of products could be super relevant for me. And as you can see, we had 5.5 million participants with those 700 campaigns throughout the whole year. And the cool thing there is, for L'Oréal, it's really a data collection tool, but they're really starting to use it as an engagement tool as well. So it's not only that they're going to create data collection campaigns, but they also have a lot of like engagement campaigns just to make maybe the app more fun or make the usage more fun, to ensure that they get traffic to the websites or get some coupon codes to have sales activations. And one cool campaign, what they always do is, for example, sampling campaigns. So people provide the data and they will get some samples, or they have the chance to get some samples, or like different kind of contests, of course, as you can see, the Wheel of Fortune, what they launching a lot of times throughout the year to just promote new products and to ensure that people can also win some prizes, because of course when we hand out our data, most of the times we want to have something back and we want to ensure that there's some kind of return for us as well as the consumer. And just an example what was shared last week in our Slack channel of a campaign what L'Oréal created. I think it's French. I don't know really what it's saying there, but I think the cool thing is that it's a really super fun way to collect data, because they can create it themselves. They can create different campaigns for each country. Because what we also see is what maybe works in Germany doesn't work so well in Netherlands, or doesn't work so well in Sweden. So they are super flexible in how to approach each country and how to make the campaigns attractive, so that they are able to collect the data and really engage with the audiences in those different markets. And it's, I think, a really fun and nice way to ensure that I feel comfortable sharing my data with L'Oréal. Pierre Fabre is another B2C brand. We are going to share the larger use case at the end of the presentation, because it's something we do together with Ibexa. But I mentioned this format already a lot of times, but This is really a format to collect zero-party data, and it's like a diagnostic test or like a routine finder or a skin routine finder or hair routine finder, whatever you have. And this is a campaign what is always live on a certain website. And it helps me as a user or like a client of that website to really get some guidance to find out what kind of products are really fitting to my personal life or personal interests or my skin or whatever you like. And the cool thing is that they really use all kinds of formats to really enrich their databases. So we directly push all the data to the CRM, CDP, and they are able to segment the audiences based on all the data they collect throughout the year. And what they do, they personalize the newsletter with it. They send out coupon codes for certain products. And I think it's really a strong case to really show that it doesn't really matter what kind of product you have. If you have the right data, if you do it in a fun way, you really will be able to really personalize your messaging on in a really nice way. And Purina, I think, is, in my understanding, like we work with Nestle worldwide, and what does it mean? A lot of brands are using Qualivio to gather data, but they also have a lot of engagement campaigns. So I don't want to focus now too much on the data part, but as you can see, they asking every time a lot of questions about what kind of animals they have, what kind of food they are preferring, or something like this. And the cool thing is there, if someone wants to play a campaign to identify themselves, they need to create an account on the website if they don't have it, or they need to log in on the website so we can directly identify these persons. But the cool thing is then that we directly can enrich that person as well. So what Purina is doing throughout like 20, 30 campaigns, they trying to enrich that profile so that I don't get bombarded with like 20, 30 questions at the same time. But throughout the year or throughout all the campaigns, they are able to enrich my profile, my login every time again. And then they really personalize the newsletters. But as you can see here, they created more than 170 campaigns last year, and only 20 of them were like data collection campaigns. And why I'm going to mention this, because it's also a really cool way to maybe increase open rates of the newsletters, to really increase the interaction with your audiences via really cool games. I mentioned already football clubs are using it a lot. With football clubs, there's a lot of like problematic that during the match days they have a lot of engagement, but in between it's really difficult for them to have certain touch points. And I think Purina is also really a good example that they have a lot of touch points throughout the year to really engage with their clients. And I visited on store once. What they also do, and I think it's a really cool thing, is that they have in-store activations. So they build in those stores, they build like big displays with tablets or QR codes on it to really have some kind of in-store experiences, but drive them online to identify the people as well. I'm working for a Belgian company, so I'm going to show a Belgian example because our CEO is kind of a hooligan, I think, for this club. No, just kidding, but he's a diehard fan, and we always sharing this example because I think it's a really cool case to push account creation. And I think many of our brands are looking for new ways to increase the community, or they're having a loyalty program, and what they want to do is like getting more people into the loyalty program. So what we do is integrate with a single sign-on and ensuring that we are collecting new members, so to say, for the loyalty program or for their accounts to really ensure that they can improve their personalization and engagement with me as a fan. And as you can see here is that everything is of course branded, but they asking only a few, only a little bit of information from me in the beginning, but throughout a lot of games, they're enriching that profile of that fan every time again. And what does a football club want to know? They want to know what kind of jersey I like, what is my favorite player, what is my favorite number, what is my least favorite team or something like this. Why do they need to have this information? Because they want to send me a newsletter with the new jersey, with my favorite number, and with my last name, for example, directly to me, because of course they want to sell some shirts and they want to make me as a fan more happy about being a fan and be able to really personalize everything what they do in their messaging. And this is an email what our CEO Quentin received. So as you can see, his name is on there, the favorite jersey, and also the number. It's all made possible, of course, because we are collecting the right data for RSCR. One example about retailers, what we see is that retailers are looking for new ways to really increase loyalty. Before that, you had like the classic providers like Payback, what is all transactional based loyalty. So I do a purchase, I get some points, and everything is fine. But what we hear from a lot of retailers at the moment with conversations is that they are looking for ways to really increase the app usage, for example, to make it for loyal customers more attractive to come back to the store and not only based on the purchases what they do. So we have a lot of use cases where they interact throughout the app, because the app is of course a really cool way to engage with your audiences. You can do push notifications, you can directly show them like cool discount codes, you have everything is already available in the app. And what many of the retail clients do is that they really have a lot of cool games available to just make it more attractive and to just ensure that me as a user, I will be able to come back to the app every day because there's maybe an action every day. I can win some discounts, I can win a free product or something like this. So they create traffic, and in return they personalize my messages because they get to know me very well. And the cool thing is to increase loyalty as well is that they are rewarding their loyal clients by making certain games or certain contests or certain prizes only available when I made a certain amount of purchases or I come back every day to the app. So really trying to limit the participations towards their most loyal clients, so to say, to really reward them by interacting with the brand. And last but not least, because we're talking about engagement, so I'm not going to talk about data collection too much with this case, but we believe, but also we hear this also from our clients, is that interaction is super important and they want to reward interactions with the brand. So it can be that I want to be rewarded by just selecting the newsletter opt-in, or when I create an account I get points, or when I play a game or read an article I want to get points. So I think it's a really cool case. It's from Group SEP. Many of them know them maybe from Tefal, all the brands included. But they built for their brand Moulinet interaction-based reward program where they have recipes available, where I can collect points, where I can reach certain levels, just based on the interactions I have with the brand. And I think this is really a key for also to build a strong community as a brand, to really ensure that I, as a consumer, I feel really welcomed, I feel rewarded when I do or share something with the brand. And everything is, of course, sent to all the systems, but as you can see here, the program is not live that long, but 3.3% of the sales is already coming from the members. And it's only live, I think, now for 4 months. So it's already increasing, it's going well, and we really see that this is the way to go, to really ensure that I have visibility of my profile, I can get something in return, because when I collect enough points, of course, I can get prizes, I can get rewards, what I can, of course, use again to really interact or make a purchase with the brand itself. But there are a lot of use cases, of course, with engagement and data collection, but I think one of the key things, and then I will round it up, I think it's super important to have a valid data strategy to really know what kind of data do you want to collect, what do you want to know from your audiences to ensure personalization. Because not relevant data is also data what is like dirty, what you cannot use, and what is just like using a lot of space in your database. So really ensure what kind of data do you want to collect, how do you want to collect it, make sure it's GDPR compliant, it's consented, and you really ensure that I feel comfortable as a consumer to share data with the brand and to really ensure that I will come back and build a strong community out of that. and really adopt new data collection methods. Like first and zero party data is a big buzzword. There are many ways to collect this data, but I think it's really key to differentiate also from the market, to differentiate, to really find new ways to make it more attractive for the consumer, but also to find new ways for each market or each brand to really ensure that me as a consumer, I'm really willing to come back and feel comfortable handing out the data. And that's rounded it up. So I will give the mic back to you.
Yeah, so thank you very much. That was very interesting to get all this real life cases and how the big customers internationally collect the data. And as we saw, data collection and engagement is a really long-term journey. So you build up the profiles for the customers and try to use the gamification again and again to collect some more profiles, some more data, to get more specific interests on your target group, to build up a profile which can be later used to personalize the newsletters and WhatsApp channels and videos, products, and so on, what we have seen in the real case examples. And we support our customers with the complete journey. It starts with the kind of easy gamification with getting some email addresses, then enriching the profile, and most of the customers at the end have some complex commerce tracks where they sell the products, sell personalized products, and have also order tracking and so on. So everything what belongs to this complete customer journey as is possible, and interact with different systems. And in the next step, we will now see how we can do this engagement strategies. How does it look like, and how we can interact with the different systems. And we have also heard something about we transfer data to CRM systems and get the profiles, integrate some CDPs. So we can see now how this can really start with some products. So we have seen it works very well to have some nice gamification for the customers. Here in this case, we have some product of the day you can win. And it's always good to have some vouchers, discounts, some goodies you can provide to your customer. And always when you use some gamification, it should be customized to your product, because you want to build up the brand, you want to build up engagement. And we have seen this game, I think, also in a different customer case. It was completely different products and different UI. And here also for the DACH market, opt-ins are very important. So you can combine this opt-ins. It's optional to opt in for the newsletters or not. So you can keep it open if you just use the data from the customer. And once you collected the data, it gets interesting. What will you do with your data? How will you automate your process? So in this case, when the customer fills up the campaign, we have a Connect platform, Quantum Connect, where we can combine different tools together. In this case, we have different routes. So if the customer did the opt-in for the newsletter, then we can directly route this information to the newsletter tool. Here in this case, we have some Brevo or Sendinblue, which is quite common in the German market. If the customer did not opt in for the newsletter, we transfer the data to the Acteto marketing platform to use some other strategies with different channels to activate the customer and to work with the customer data and to personalize the products. And so
we can recap a little bit.
Yeah, we can recap a bit.
What we just saw. Gamification, first of all. Everybody likes to win, like I said. This is very, very key. Get your GDPR compliant, so have the consent in place, have the check boxes in place that you want to receive newsletters, that you are willing to receive this. Like I said, if you have an engaged customer or a prospect in the end, then of course it's very important to have this in place, that you are GDPR compliant. And of course the automation afterwards. Be aware, think about it, what do you want to do with this data? Collecting the data is one thing, but using it, and we will see it later, is something very important. You have to have your strategy in place. So what do you want to do with this data, what the customer is giving you? So use it for email marketing, WhatsApp, push notifications in your app, whatever you want to do, but have this strategy in mind.
Yeah, so you need always to have a long-term plan on this strategy. So first, now we collected just an email address and opt-in, and we can already interact with our customer and send some newsletters for follow-ups and so on. So in the next step, we log in here in the backend, see some statistics about how our campaigns are working and so on. But we want to get more data because we have now the profile with the email address, and we want to collect some more information. We saw for the customer cases, L'Oreal and so on, where you need to build up the profile of the customer. So we want to set another campaign where we can gather more information from the customer, so to really fill up the profile. And of course, it's important the channel and also the timing when you post your campaigns and on which channel you post the campaigns. So you need to have a plan and control because this is really key to have the right campaign at the right place in the right time. And here, for example, we have for this skin care campaign, we have another one which we placed on the web channel for a specific time frame, and we get a 10% discount. So this is always, again, attractive for the customer to fill up some profile. We get information about which skin type and which products are interested for the customer. And to get the discount, for example, we combine this with creating a profile so that you can log in. So it gets a really big benefit for the customer to fill the data and to give some information about which interest is there. And we automatically create a profile and get then the discount, for example, for the commerce products. And this again is also automated with the process. So once we got the data from the customer, we can automatically create profiles, accounts in different systems. It depends what system the customer has. So we can fully automate this process. We can create an account. We can give access to special products. We can enable, for example, a VIP area or a loyalty program for this customer. And this can be fully automated. It depends really on the customer, which processes and which backend systems are there to fulfill this information. Okay, so some nice recap for this.
Yeah, what did we just see? I mean, we just saw this, a little bit further. We had a new campaign running, and we are now creating automatically an account for this end user. So we have this timing, and channel is key. So be important in your strategy. When do you want to publish it? And this is very important to have in mind, of course, because you need the right timing and you need the right place. Another one is data-driven. Again, what do you do with data? What you get, create the account, send automatic newsletters, and have the execution in mind, I mean, this is all about the strategy in the end. And of course, the interest group of targeting, so create segments. You can segment based on this data your group and your interests, so in the end user, and personalize the content delivered to this end user. So this is really important to have in mind. We saw some tools here. So this is combining, of course, all the different tools here with automation tool. We have the DXP with Ibexa. We have Qualify as the one gathering the data. You can fill out this gamification. So it's we just see in the combination of all those tools in the end and automate the process behind it.
Yeah, so now we saw the easy entry of the gamification and now some profile enrichment. And now we have a real profile of the customer. And we want to target now some customers. So in this case, I use the CDP. So the CDP collects information from different channels, from the transactions, from your CRM system about how often the customer contacted you, some web trackers, what did the customer on the website. And we want to track really the specific target group. In this case, we create for the skincare campaign some target group where we say, okay, we want to target the customers who have a specific profile. In this case, we get from this health profile, which we collected using the second campaign, for example, we want to have some customers which are interested in these anti-aging products. So we have this profile information, and then we combine it with some more specific data. For example, when did they register? When did they log in the last time on the system? When did they visit, for example, our system? So in this case, we want to tackle the users who joined the campaign, filled up this information about skincare is interested for them, and which registered 14 days ago and did not create a profile and did not create a commerce order yet. So we get this information from the different systems, collect them in the CDP, and have then a possibility to create some nice target group. And this target group can be then activated to different systems using some Connect platforms. It can be HubSpot, it can be newsletter systems. In this case, we share it back to the DXP. And we get some enrichment for the customer profile. So here, for example, you see that the skincare campaign is automatically synchronized with all the different systems, and the user base which we have in this DXP, for example, it's our example user Anton Winter, who joined the first campaign and the second campaign, and he's now automatically assigned using the CDP to this skincare campaign. So this profile is now in the system and it's assigned to this special campaign, and we want to promote some more information. In this case, we want to create some special skincare product catalog. So we create a dedicated catalog from our PIM system where we focus on the special product type, because we know this customer group is interested into anti-aging products. So we filter out some anti-aging products and make a dedicated product catalog for them to have better experience when they come back on our website. So in the next step, we have now this, this product catalog, and when the user comes back to our site, then we want to have a better experience for him. So we added our landing page. And because currently on the landing page we have some standard products which all the users who join our website get the same products, but we know we want to now tackle especially on this anti-aging campaign and the users which are interested in this product. So we use this segment which we got from the CDP system, and use this segment to provide a different content. So when the user comes back on the site, he gets a completely different blog posts, completely different articles, news, and also a completely different product catalog, because we know the profile and we know that this customer group is interested into this anti-aging. So we customize the website or the starting page, landing page, and also put some nice products from the product catalog, especially for this target group. So that we want to upsell the anti-aging products and also have this nice customer experience, because you get on the site and you get this, your interest, your personalized content, which is quite interesting in this case. So for the standard users, you get this, you get the standard products, but we have defined here for the user group with the campaign that you get this anti-aging. So now this is ready, and basically we get some nice preview. We can publish it, and then on the front edge, when we log in with Anton Winter, which was now assigned using the CDP system to this target group, so we log in, so we come back. We got some newsletter or push notification or whatever, and we log in to the system, and then we get this personal experience. It can be a customized T-shirt, as we have seen, so it can be different things. In this case, we get this dedicated product, dedicated blog post about skincare and anti-aging, and we also get this dedicated product catalogs, which we can now integrate and combine with some commerce functionalities and upsell and so on. This can be the further journey which we can provide for the customer after we have collected the profile. We can make some upsells, discounts, and so on. So this is a quite nice case how you can get it from gamification through profile building and then end up with a real product purchase and checkout process in this case.
I think, yeah, we saw a good case here, which is of course theoretical, but how is the strategy going forward? You know, this is something really what we nice. You have another thing, another tool in place, a customer data platform, which is important. but somebody thought about what do I want to do with the data. Here it's segmenting data. It's looking into the data, presenting data, specify personalized newsletter or personalized content, products, specific for this segment, what you just created in the customer data platform. This is important to fulfill into your strategy. So very, really good of orchestrating those target groups in the end. That we're talking a lot about engagement, collecting the data, but using the data, presenting personalized content to this is very key in the end, so that you can easily sell your products to the customer, like here for the anti-aging part, or sell skincare products. So this is very important and a very nice use case, a theoretical one though, to just show what you can do with this data complete on the customer journey. And we're not talking about the loyalty part. But of course, in this theoretical, we're now jumping a little bit back to Pierre Fabre, which is now practical, because this is what they actually did. You know, before that, we showed you what can you do with tools and our tools. And here with Pierre Fabre is something where they had a strategy. You know, that's first of all, we're talking about the data collection, what you want to do, but this is what they did. You know, they built a strategy for doing campaigning, doing a lot of campaigns with them, and establish the database of their users, of their data, launch welcome campaigns, welcome gamification tools, whatever you want to do to just gather the data. Then there is important that they secure this, you know. Have your CRM dashboard, you know, you need your dashboard, you need to have your KPIs set, you need to look into, and that's what they did. They looked into this, they have their KPIs, their measurement of their campaigns. Is this performing well, is this not performing? This is something really to have in mind. And of course, re-engagement is key, you know. Of course, you have the people come to your website, to your app, and then you want to re-engage them, to keep them loyal, to keep them on there. I mean, Pierre Fabre is probably a brand. I mean, I know Avan and Ducré, for example, that's part of Pierre Fabre. So those are big brands here in Germany as well. So this is something to have in mind, how they did this over their customer journey. And of course, enrich this data in the end. Have a qualification effort, you know, implement custom scenarios for them. Have it very personalized and very custom in the end, to foster ongoing the brand engagement, to just be always talking to the end user through your channels you are having. How did they do this? When we go one slide back, we were not standing here, of course, when they did not do this with Ibexa. This is, of course, as the digital experience platform, as the platform where they integrated the Qualifio tool. And of course, they had this webhook to Salesforce, that's their main CRM, what they use. So they are gathering the data, they are collecting the data in Salesforce, and they use Actito to orchestrate this. In the end, to how do they do this with the data, publish the data, newsletter campaigning, WhatsApp campaigning, email messaging, SMS, whatever channel you are doing, social. So this is something what they are doing constantly. And they have this tool set with Ibexa, Salesforce and Actito, and of course Qualifio, integrated into Ibexa, and to gather the data and get the data from the end users. And I think to finalize here, we have some stats from them. In the end, and Christian, as from Qualifio, he knows already. So here you go.
My last part. I'm not going to talk too much about Qualifio now, but Pierre Fabre, I think, is kind of a niche brand. I think what is really cool is that they have a lot of brands, but they really have a cool data collection strategy, and they're really engaging a lot with their audiences. On the screen. And I just want to show 3 examples. Also, just to show give you a little bit of inspiration what they do. So one of the campaigns, it's a jackpot game, everyone knows, many brands are doing it. It's not something really special, but it's a really nice way to easily collect data. And as you can see here is that they launched this only in France by the summer, collected almost 2,000 opt-in just with one campaign. And as you can see, they had more than 300 campaigns live throughout the year. And it's just a really easy example what they had live on a certain website just for a summer campaign, a regional campaign. They do a lot of diagnostic tests. I think we explained a lot of times, so I'm not going to explain the diagnostic again. But why I wanted to show this is that I mentioned it before, like not every campaign maybe works in each country or each market. So as you can see here, they had more than 5,000 participants, but almost half of it came only from Greece. But they launched it in several countries. So what they identified is that this campaign is maybe super strong for Greece because they like those products and all that kind of stuff. But for other countries, it's maybe less relevant. So they just tweaked it, changed it to make it more personalized and more relevant for the other countries as well. And last but not least, I think it's an always-on diagnostic again. Because it's common client, of course, we talk a lot now about Pierre Fabre now, and it's also a really cool case what we have with the skin routine finders. But of course, you can do way more with that. But it's an always-on campaign launched in 14 countries. Here we see that some countries it's performing better than other countries as well. But as you can see here, they just collected 13,000 leads because there were more participants, but only 13,000 opt-in, only with one campaign. And I think it's a really cool way to make the customer experience on the website really well, to activate sales. I think everyone needs to sell the products, otherwise they will not exist, but really customize the experiences and have something really cool on the website to collect the data you need to have. And that was the Qualivio part.
Yeah, thank you very much for so many input and so many nice cases. So at the end, we have just put some to-dos on as a checklist for you to have the best practices. So you have always should have this engagement target in mind when you use your campaigns, and you should always set up a KPI, which is really important so that your engagement gets some measures. And as we have seen, working with emotions is quite important, and also to build this brand, to have this nice customized gamification, and this results mostly into higher results in getting the data, collecting the data when you have this brand awareness and you combine it with the products, and so you can, on a long term, build up some confidence on the brand if you always use the same games, you use the profile, personalize, and really get this personalized information to the users, personalized campaign. And of course, you should also understand your audience. You should know which needs are there and how you can personalize best, which profile is interesting for you to build up the campaigns, which questions should be used. And as always, it's a really long-term strategy. So you should really see the focus at the end. Maybe it can be some commerce transaction or whatever. So you need to start with a really nice low-level entry, only email address or single profile information, and then enrich by time to have a really nice profile where you can use some CDP systems and so on to, at the end, have some nice targets. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you liked the masterclass for today, and we are open for questions.
I mean, we have some couple of minutes left, so
Yep.
you guys have any questions? And I am looking. There's one hand. I'm coming to you. You have to answer because I cannot listen here. So.
Yes, hi. Thank you very much for the presentation. I understand and I've heard this couple of days a lot about personalization and engagement. But this presentation as well tends to focus a lot on the B2C side of it. What about the B2B? Do you have any cases that you can maybe talk about, or even some suggestions for optimizing engagement through personalization in a B2B environment? Because like a Wheel of Fortune is nice, but it wouldn't work as much in a B2B case.
Yeah.
I'm the one running around.
I cannot hear only with you this, so I do it like this. I will give the phone back to Ibexa really soon because they are really B2B focused. Indeed, with Qualivio, we are B2C focused a lot. And I understand your point of view. We have B2B cases like Michelin, for example. who have a loyalty program towards their auto garage, for example, to really make something more interactive with all their clients as well. So we have some B2B cases as well. And that's really a way to what is really relevant for your clients and what kind of content should you push to your clients to make it more relevant and what kind of campaigns could work or not. So yes, there are some cases, but to be also honest, it's also a little bit more difficult to find the right way sometimes because yeah, B2C is a big boss. Yeah, everyone is focusing on B2C and B2B is something else. But I know the colleagues of Ibexa, they have a lot of B2B focus compared to Qualivio. So maybe you can say something about personalization and customer experience.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, of course, like you said, the gamification part is really tough for B2B. I mean, there are things that can work, you know, but it's not easy. What's really important and what customers use in terms of personalization is really to keep loyal, you know, that they can reorder, that you know what they purchased, and then they get the recommendations on their personalized behavior when you buy this, even in a big company. I mean, what works for B2C sometimes works for B2B as well. But of course, when we talk about this customer journey, and then, of course, when you go talk about engagement and engaging with the brand, of course, it's really important to have this as a loyal part, that they rebuy it. Of course, sometimes they have a machine, and then, but is it easy if to find like parts of it, if you want to, if it's broken or something, that you know about your user and you know about your customer? That's really to just get them personalized, you know, to segment them, to publish then, of course, the personalized data. If this personalized data is just an, yeah, I have a new tool for your machine or something like this, you know, that's personalized, you know, of course, and they don't need to search it, so they are loyal and in the end loyal to your brand. That's something. But of course, you are fully right. It's not easy, and the game is not something. Of course, sometimes it will work. Of course, there are places, but not often. That's fully true. Running around again.
Okay, I'm trying to do my best to do it in English. So you were talking about sending out the notifications like via email and WhatsApp or direct message. And I wanted to ask, in your experience, what is the best notification to use, or do you also think that should be personalized for the customer?
Tough question. You understood it? I was standing next to her. What is the best channel you want to ask? Huh? The best channel where to? Yeah. Like always, it depends. No, but of course, email is still. If we talk about B2B, email is still something. B2C. Yeah, I mean, well, how much newsletters do you get? Just ask yourself. It's probably too much, right? So important is here that everything what you have is personalized on the end, of course, that it's very relevant for the person who reads it. You know, if you just get a newsletter, then it's, of course, something not very relevant, and you just delete it, and that's it. So, of course, in the end, from my personal and what I see from customers is having personalized apps is really something, and push notification in those apps, if they activate this is something where you get the best engagement rate probably from out of it. Email marketing is of course still out there, and it's still something on all those channels you need to do, but having this and combine this with the personalized experience on the website, when you just click on a button and you get direct content which is really relevant and personalized for yourself, that's something to have in mind. So a combination probably in the end is the best. But yeah, probably the in-app alerts or something like this, push notifications, is something which really is important. Yeah. Over there, it's very bright. I'm running, I'm coming. We have, I think, 5 minutes. So.
Okay. I have a question for both companies here. Do you have any use cases, successful use cases pertaining to NGOs and charities, where you actually get more engagement coming in, get more data retention coming in from emails, from the use of websites? Obviously, I mean, I work for Save the Children Germany. I don't imagine us using like a gamification model for our campaigns. But do you have any experience, or do you have any use cases that could be inspiring in that sense.
We'll just ask you quick before you can. Why do you think it's not relevant for Save the Children?
Oh no,
Are you-
the reason I'm here is that I think it is.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. Then I got you wrong.
I just want to ask, like, would it be like, do you have any actual, like, real world use cases that, out of your experience, that you've already done? I mean, the fact is that we are, as far as I know, the only charity that is actually like running around these masterclasses and trying to get to know these companies and see how we can basically innovate the way we work.
I mean, I think I actually do not have. I don't know if you have one. I don't have I have an NGO as a customer, to be honest. But I think it's still relevant if you have some key takeaways from here. I think you can pretty easily. I mean, I have already things in my mind which you can adapt to have this as gamification. I mean, Save the Children. There are so many campaigns you probably can do. I would assume. But do you have many?
I don't have plenty.
No, you don't have any, Joe?
We don't have a reference in that field, but it really depends who you want to target. Do you want to target me as someone who's donating, of course? Do you want to do something for the kids or something else? There are a lot of different type of use cases what I can think of. Sorry?
Potential donators.
I've been donating. I always have the feeling you want to do it because it needs to be a personal thing. I want to donate to the Save the Children because, of course, there are a lot of organizations I can choose of, and I think what we see, of course, and that's something what is super relevant in every case, is like games are super cool, but games are just there to make it sometimes more appealing or attractive or something like this. But most of our clients, they're using quizzes, personality tests, and all that kind of stuff. So I can see something like this could be super relevant to see, like, okay, do the personality test and see, or like make a knowledge quiz out of it, something like this, because I think sharing knowledge is super important. Especially what you do. What are you going to do with everything what you receive? What are kind of projects you have? And with a lot of organizations, we see that knowledge games are really super, super, super important to really target the right audiences and to make it more appealing for them to maybe donate or become a client or create an account or select a newsletter, opt in to really engage with them. So knowledge games is really something what we see in a lot of different sectors, like also travel, leisure, but also like FMCG, football. But I don't have now a direct reference as what is the perfect fit, so to say.
Looking at the time, I think we're through, and my voice kept up. Very dry. Thank you very much for this. Enjoy the rest of the OMR, and have fun. Take care.